John Gill, Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh Jezebel and her idolatries, her children, and all that commit adultery with her, such as are not drawn into the same evil practices with them, but bravely stand their ground against the Romish Antichrist and his followers, and bear their testimony against his impious doctrines and idolatrous practices, and keepeth my works unto the end, either of life or of this church state, or of time, when Christ will personally appear, even at the end of the world, and by his works are meant, not the works which were done by him, as his miracles and works of mercy to the souls and bodies of men, and works of righteousness in obedience to the law, and the work of redemption and salvation, though these are works to be observed and kept in view, and to be preserved in memory, and for the encouragement of faith and hope. But the works which are commanded and required by Christ to be done by his people, as the public work of the ministry, by the preachers of the gospel, and every private work, both in internal and external, as the work of faith, the labor of love, and every act of obedience, which is constantly to be discharged. The Arabic version reads, and keepeth my words and my works, things both relating to doctrine and practice. To him will I give power over the nations, or Gentiles, the Papists, so called because of the pagan notions and worship introduced by them, and because they consist of many nations, tongues, and people who are deceived and drawn into idolatry by them. And this power over them may be understood in a spiritual sense through the preaching of the gospel, which, being attended with the power of God, is the means of converting sinners, and so of weakening the kingdom of Satan and of Antichrist, and which had its fulfillment, at least in part, at the time of the Reformation and onward, and will have still a greater accomplishment in the spiritual reign of Christ and his people under the Philadelphia church state. And it may also design the temporal power which the saints shall have over Antichrist, when they shall take away his dominion and consume and destroy it. And the kingdom and the dominion under the whole heaven shall be given to the saints of the Most High. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. End of John Gill, Revelations 2, verse 26.